Imagine a world where every conversation feels like a genuine connection with authentic people. A place where you truly feel like you belong and where everyone's got a chair at the table. Friends, welcome to Armchair Authentic.
So you're going to watch Auburn Friday night?
That's a great question. I didn't even find out that they were playing until a couple days ago. That's how, I listened, when Mark was on the conversation a couple weeks ago, he was like, I don't really keep up with everything until we actually, the week of. And so I was, I was on the ESPN app or something. I don't know what I was on. I saw a commercial we're playing Baylor. Wow, let's just start off the gate and make a fool of ourselves here.
Yeah.
And figure out if we're good enough or not good enough. The SEC guy inside of me wants to say, yes, we're going to win this thing. But based on past experience, I just do not know what's going to happen.
And if you're listening to this right now, you already know the answer. Because I kind of went back in time for a minute to reveal that this is the week of college football kicking off officially week 1. And as you're listening to this, you already know the outcomes. Yeah. So for our Southern people, Alabama win? Did Auburn win?
Did Auburn win?
How did the SEC fare? Hey, Boise State, you're also playing. Hey. So for our people out in Idaho, did your team fare well? We'll have to see.
Did they move out of the Mountain West now, didn't they?
I don't know if that's set. Did that set in yet? Pac-12? I don't know.
I heard that the other day. I was like, oh, cool.
Technically, you've got
Glad we could make room for that to happen.
Really, honestly, we're taking it back more. You would now have 2 college football weekends already in the, in the books.
Earlier when you were saying to the Southern people, I was just kind of playing around, just giving a little bit of Southern accent there. What's funny is no matter what culture I've ever lived in, over time, it just starts fading back in. The other day, my son was like, dude, that was really country. I don't know what I said. I said something, but it was like, huh? Yeah, huh?
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And he was like, okay, Dad, you would have never said that in Idaho.
Well, I think it's interesting that I was telling Summer the other night that our kids don't have accents. It's like they did when they were younger, but they do not have Southern type accents. And I think it's because social media.
Maybe
it's like you're around a bunch of different accents and dialects because you're just not kind of centered around your Southern people. You've got a tribe, a village all over.
Hmm. Well,
or maybe more people are moving to Alabama who just don't talk as Southern. I don't know.
Okay, so you feel like due to the influence of social media, it is flatlining accents
from where, your regional accents, wherever you're from.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
man.
the Southern ones, because my boys, I can watch old film of them, and it's so Southern.
Yeah.
All right, you just got to do this. And now, I still can have it, but they don't.
Yeah, I think we get used to our context in the culture that we're in, to where we don't even notice it. Like when I go back to Idaho, I'm like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. As a Southerner, I might not have the accent that most Southerners think when you're engaging with somebody. They're like, well, you're not from here. I'm like, no, I really am.
Right.
But in Idaho, they're like, oh yeah, you're not.
Oh, well, that's
here.
Interesting.
Because
you don't sound Southern at all, but in that world, maybe you do.
Yeah. How do you contextualize Southern? Because there's different dialects of Southern.
Well, and
there's Tennessee Southern, there's Georgia Southern, there's Alabama, and there's Mississippi, and there's Louisiana.
Louisiana.
They're all just different.
Yeah.
They have the draw.
Yeah.
It's like the further south you go, no offense to my Louisianians.
Yeah. Yeah.
They lose consonants really well. And it's like this French Creole.
Oh yeah,
Southern.
they do. And then in Arkansas, you get more of an airy sound because a lot of them don't have teeth. And so it's kind of like,
okay.
Didn't we hear before that they invented the toothbrush because they didn't have a toothbrush?
I'm feeling for all our Arkansas friends.
I owe that.
You owe them a
Pastor
huge
Chris
apology.
told that joke, so I'm stealing from him. So it was really him.
That's a horrible joke.
And it's because his best friend's from Arkansas.
Still,
So
they're
taking like shots at each other. And so obviously I joke around. I don't know anything about Arkansas. It sounds really great.
Every Arkansas friend I've ever met had all their teeth.
I agree.
They were white. They were clean. Their teeth.
I was just trying to add to the, something different, some flavor to the conversation.
I'm going to let you roast yourself right now. I'm going to let you just keep talking for a minute. Let's see what else happens.
I don't know the listening audience. I don't think we have a huge Arkansas contingent.
You'd be surprised.
And if we did, we don't anymore.
Hey, don't throw shade and hate and cancel culture towards us, Arkansas. I love you.
And then if you get down really southern in Florida, it turns northern.
I've been to Texarkana a few times. I've been to Fort Smith. I've driven through that beautiful state and those beautiful Ozark Mountains. Come on, man.
See, the only time I've been to Arkansas is when we went to Memphis, Tennessee. We drove over the bridge where you're in Arkansas.
Just to say you were in Arkansas.
Just to say I was in Arkansas. And then we turned around.
Like something I would do too.
Yeah.
Boy, we're this close. We're going to go across the line.
Yeah, because I was like, we did Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Tennessee.
When you visited me in Idaho, I was like, come on, man. You've never been to Oregon. Let me drive you across the state line.
We didn't end up going.
I thought we did.
Did we?
Yes.
Okay, I do believe you're right. Yes.
Past the sign. No. Like, welcome to Oregon. Notice what I said? Oregon. Oregonian.
Rhett, I'm blanking now. I really can't remember because I know we had a goal to do that. Maybe we did that.
I think I did that with you.
Because it was literally nothing was over there.
Nothing. Well,
in the sense of like civilization.
That side of the state would really consider themselves more Idahoan because how close they are. And there's nothing really between the eastern portion of Oregon and the western.
Yeah. So I can say I've been to Oregon.
Yeah.
Oregon.
It's like Nevada or Nevada. Which one is it?
Nevada.
It's Nevada.
Okay.
Nevada. If you ask a Nevadian,
I know that Boise is Boise.
That's right.
But you taught me that.
Yeah. But it's like Colorado or Colorado?
Colorado.
That's
how I say it. Colorado.
Well, I spent enough time over there meeting people.
Getting corrected.
Like it's Nevada. I'm like, I always thought it was Nevada. They're like, no, it's Nevada. Nevada. I'm like, okay, sure.
I thought it was Arkansas. It's Arkansas.
Man, there are so many people that like comedians who will do those wordplay things, or they'll like, oh, this word is, I don't have it in front of me, and this wasn't a bit or something I was getting ready to do, but like it just like that. It's Kansas, and then you put AR in front of it. Arkansas. Nope. Arkansas.
Talking about the English language, how we do that.
How stupid it is. I'm like, oh, wow. And here I am on the spot. Can't think of anything else. But
I know, but those are good.
They're so funny.
And I can't either.
Anyways, so I was going to say something earlier, and I can't remember. Oh, while we're on here, we need to get Brandon Anderton on here.
Oh, yeah?
Brother just wrote a book. Talked to him last week. We need to get him on here.
Very cool. Come on, Brandon.
Broke down the book of Proverbs and wrote this book.
Yeah, we talked about it. I saw him at a conference a few weeks ago. We talked about that.
Hopefully we can have him on here in a few weeks.
Yeah, let's do it.
So
I love Brandon.
Yeah, I do.
Good man.
Good man.
Good people. Good church. Georgia. He would have that Georgia dialect since he moved there from Alabama.
Georgia. Yeah, the Georgia just thought like that.
He's Macon, Georgia.
Mike in Georgia.
Didn't he say on The Office, Steve Carell, he said, you got to make it sound like molasses. It's like molasses rolling down your mouth.
Molasses.
And that's how you get
your mouth.
That's how you get your Georgia accent. It's like molasses.
I would think that when you went into that other accent, which is the what's his name? Not comedian. I guess you could consider him comedian. How big a boy are you?
Oh, Roy D. Murphy.
Yeah, Roy D. Murphy. Where is he from? Tennessee?
I think he's from Oklahoma.
Him a Tennessee.
No, he was Oklahoma. They had a talk show. Yeah, it was an Oklahoma talk show in Tulsa, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was these two guys, and one of them would, how big of a boy are you?
Man.
That was so good.
Have you seen the bit where, you just have to laugh at this. Okay. Yeah. So it was on Instagram, and you take a phone and you call an Asian restaurant.
Yeah. Oh,
to order Chinese food. And then you call that, but then you call another restaurant and they both answer at the same time.
I saw that.
What you want?
That was pretty crazy.
What you call me? And it's like,
no,
you call me. No, you call me. And it's like, what do you want? What do you mean what I want? You call me, you tell me what you want. I don't want, and it kind of keeps going. And it's basically two phones back, like just connected to each other. You have a phone, I have a phone, and I've called that restaurant, you called that restaurant, and the two people are now talking to each other, and the guy's just losing it in the background. I'm like, that is something we would have done. Oh,
it's so bad.
It's horrible.
We were talking about prank calls. I was looking it up. I was like, I might have a recording. This might be when we did like a worship night, and we'd have like a community night, and I would prank call one of our people. And I think, let me see if I have this. Man. Yeah. So here's an example.
Put that up starting it. Okay.
We'll see.
Hello?
Could I speak with Anthony?
This is he.
Anthony, this right here is Frank Otis, and I was giving your cell number by C.J. Blount.
Okay.
Anthony, my daughter Melody just recently came and did an audition.
Mm-hmm.
And she came home upset the other night because she got a phone call from a young lady that said she didn't make it. And I'm sure it's a mistake, Anthony, but I just wanted to, since you're over that, and say.
Well, the way the process goes is we listen for pitch, harmony, tone, and blend. So it's possible that one of those areas may have kind of been off. And those are the things that will get them invited to Infuse.
But the thing is, she was going for Highlands worship. She didn't go for infusion. I don't know what that is.
Basically, what Infuse is the development program before they get invited to be on the worship team.
Like children's ministry.
Not quite. It's basically the port that they go through to be placed on any team for music. So everyone goes through Infuse first, and then we place from there. That's the development program.
Well, then why wouldn't my daughter Melody be a part of a development program? She's a good vocalist.
Well, we have to pass the audition process first to be invited to that.
Listen, she sang at the Chilton County Peach Festival, and James Spann said she was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He even tweeted her back during the 10 o'clock news.
Oh, wow.
We're proud.
That's really awesome. That's a great accomplishment.
Maybe you consider letting her in now, since I told you that, because that's kind of like an audition in itself.
Not quite the same thing. A lot of times people get nervous with live auditions.
It was James Spann.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Christian.
Yeah, the best thing to do would be for her to come back and audition.
She sang the national anthem for the Decatur Hot Air Balloon Festival. They lifted her right up when she came to a climactic conclusion, and it was awesome.
That sounds awesome.
Well, you bet your mom's potatoes it was awesome.
Yeah, we would just love to hear her come back again and audition.
Well, when Grandma was taking her last breath, she sang her into glory. I had the whole room in tears. So what I think I'll come do is I'm going to just bring her down today at 1 o'clock. If you don't mind listening
there
to
won't
her again.
There won't be anyone there to do an audition today, but you can bring her on the first Thursday of the month.
Every time, there's never been a time ain't no car.
Well, yeah, you'll see a lot of cars, but not for audition.
What do you do all day?
Hey, I'm not there all day, so I can't really say what they do. But I know as far as auditions go, that's the first Thursday of each month.
Well, here's my question for you, Anthony. When's the next time you're going to be there?
I will be there actually this evening.
Perfect. What time?
Well, I would actually be the wrong one to see for auditions anyway.
That's no better. And right now, I don't feel like I'm being taken serious, and I'm frustrated.
I understand.
She could have been playing the accordion, but John Ross said, you ain't using that instrument. And it's like, what are you using?
Yeah, right now we don't use an accordion.
I'm sure you can understand my anger.
I do.
It's a little directed towards you right now, I'm going to be honest.
I do apologize about that.
Have you ever been punched in the rib by a big-fisted man?
Have I what?
Have you ever been punched in the rib by a big-fisted man?
I have not.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it hurts. What do you got to say about that? Listen,
I'm sure.
Listen, I'll push that lung so hard, you'll be praying for a guitar solo. Here's the frustrating thing, Mr. Anthony. Right about now, I feel like I'm getting runarounds. CG, whatever his name is, he did the same thing, and I feel like y'all are passing the buck. Who do I need to speak with to get some satisfaction?
Best thing to do for you to get satisfaction is going to be to show up on the first, or have your daughter come on the first Thursday of the month so we can re-audition her.
I'll be there tonight with a whole sack of rib rub.
I'll be there. I just won't be able to help with any audition.
What do you look like? Here's the thing.
What do I look like?
I've got a brain pain the size of Paducah, Kentucky, and I'm going to finally come down there. I'm not going to talk on the phone anymore. So,
well, I'll be there. I'll definitely be there tonight.
How big of a boy are you?
It doesn't matter. That's not important.
Hey, listen. Before I talked with CJ, I talked with a Justin Bradshaw. Do you know that name?
I do. I do indeed.
Mr. Justin Bradshaw told me to call Anthony Moore because he really wanted me to have a special talk with you, Mr. Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony!
What are y'all doing?
What you doing?
Not too much, not too much.
I hear you and Mr. Frank Otis just had a little discussion. We did have quite a discussion. He ain't never been punched in the lug by a big-fisted man.
Frank Otis was trying to get it. Glad I'm saying.
Well, you can just expect old Melody. She'll be down there. She'll be the one wearing the I Heart Hot Hour Balloons t-shirt. Probably have her some fun.
Wow, you had him going. I love Anthony.
He was a good sport, too.
That was, wow, and you did an incredible job trying to, I would have de-escalated that. I would have been like, the moment you said, man, something about getting hit, I'd have been like, click.
Oh, yeah.
But he stayed with you.
He did.
I'm your boy. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, he did so good.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
You know, it felt, even when I'm playing it now, I'm thinking, it used to feel like we could get away with that. It feels like right now you can't really do as much fun stuff like that. Like it's, I don't know.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so when we were talking about prank calls.
You're absolutely right. I think the days of prank call are over. Or, I don't know, at least... Man, but back in the day when we used to do that, though, like I know with Anthony, you must have been.
Well, me and Anthony were tight.
How did you call him and him not know what number it was?
Because I used a different phone number.
Okay.
I forgot what it was, but I used a different line. Maybe I even used somebody else's phone that I knew he didn't have it.
Okay, well, all right, because I was sitting there thinking in this
and I had all my recording equipment. I plugged it in, and it just went. See, I called one of our other guys first.
Yeah.
And he called on right away.
Okay.
I mean, he was like asking for it. He's like, yeah, come on down. Oh, yeah, I'll be ready for you. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. You're playing me. And so we hung up and I called, and Anthony was just.
Anthony played it like a pro.
Oh, yeah. It was so good.
I can't believe
people were just loving it at the team night. You had like 600-700 people there.
Y'all played that on team night over the.
That was a team night. So after we did worship, we graduated some people from development, and then we came together, and then we played that. Mm-hmm. And I put pictures up. So is that we call him Ray J. Shaw. It's a Roy D. Mercer knockoff.
Okay.
So Ray J. Shaw would show like a picture, and then it's Anthony's talking to show his picture.
Yeah.
But it was more audio, so our room's literally listening.
Well, your whole life,
and they're dying.
Plate of ribs.
Oh, I had every line before I called him. I wanted to have all these lines at some moment that I can use if it makes sense.
Oh man, I was sitting there thinking you were free flowing that. I was like, golly, that's witty.
Yeah, not all of it. Okay. No, it was like stack of rib rub. I just started writing stupid things down.
Okay. Hey friends, just want to take a moment and say, if you are enjoying today's conversation, could you do us a huge favor? Would you take a moment and copy the link from your favorite podcast platform and share it with a friend? Email it to a friend. How about airdropping it over to your buddy or your sister right now? Man, that would mean so much to us. Thank you. All right, guys, back to the conversation. Well, that reminds me of when we were kids, we used to sit around and pull up the yellow pages. Let your fingers do the walking. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
man.
If you're listening to this and you're younger, Google Yellow Pages, what it looked like. It was this big, fat, massive book, just like bigger than the Bible, 10 times bigger than the Bible. Mm-hmm. Huge, like not an 8 by 12, but like a massive, probably 10 by 10, 12 by 12-ish. Mm-hmm. They show up on your front porch every year.
It was big.
And you take it out, and it was how you would call a business or how you would find somebody, and you would look them up. Hey, I'm in the Yellow Pages.
Yeah.
Or I think then it became like White Pages were like residential and Yellow Pages were business.
That's right.
But I think at one time they were all lived together, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. That sounds right.
And we would just go through and randomly find phone numbers and go, oh, let's call this number. And then I'll never forget, And you could probably tell the story better than me, but I'll never forget. We called this sweet old lady, didn't know who she was. And then I was like, hey, you know who this is? And she was like, I don't know who this is. I'm like, no, come on, take a guess. She's like, are you, I forget the name. Are you Tommy? I was like, yeah, Grandma Tommy. Oh, Tommy, I've heard you forever. Oh, and then next thing you know, we're just like an hour later, I'm like, love you too. Okay. Bye. And then I felt like part of me, like this is all pre-Jesus, meaning pre-relationship with God.
Please hear the balance when we're telling these stories, because we're trying to be authentic and share some old stuff. But please remember, we're 8, 9, 10 years old at this time.
8, 9, 10 years old.
Pretty creative.
Not in church.
Not at all. Other than, my dad would make us go, but we weren't surrendered in any kind of way to Jesus. We weren't living his ways. No. It was a different day and age, so judge us on the day and age it was.
You notice how Justin is clarifying everything, right?
And so you got to,
I'm definitely not saying this is something you should do, but it is something we did, and so just learning from it.
I love that you're telling the story. Yeah, I'm just making sure that people know.
We do have some young folks listening to this, and I do think it's important to understand that this is not something we are encouraging you to do.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun.
It was.
But a part of me, where I was going with this is like, part of me felt like, oh man, I kind of feel bad because I just led this grandma on, and I can only imagine the conversation.
I'm leaving out details that you didn't give. That is why you felt extra connected to call her back.
Yeah, and then I just remember thinking, wow, when she meets that person again or sees that grandson or whoever it was that she thought I was.
No.
How's that conversation?
She won't meet him again because when you said a name.
Oh, did I?
When you said.
Okay, don't judge me based off of me at 48 years old.
You made the call. We're laying on my dad's bed. I just remember that. You got the white pages and you just called a number. Yeah. And we would underline who we're calling just so we could keep up with it.
Wow, I don't even remember.
It was an older lady who answered and she was like, hello. And you're like, hey, and you were using a different kind of voice. You're like you were using an older.
I probably sound like this.
You were talking. You were trying to think you're sounding like an older person. And she was like, "Who is this?" And you said, "You know who it is."
Note to self: if you ever get a call and somebody says, "You know who it is," just know it's total prank.
Yeah,
because
they're trying to get you to fish a name out. And then she was like, "Is it Ed?" You're like, no, guess again. She was like, Tommy. And you were like, that's right. But see, the tough thing about that is she responded and said, oh my goodness, I thought you had died.
Oh no, Justin, come on.
I know.
Are you serious?
And you were like,
wow, see, now you're taking a whole nother level. Now I'm a little uncomfortable with this story.
See?
I mean, Justin, your memory is fading. You're remembering how you want to remember
like, it didn't happen that way, I promise.
It didn't happen that way at all. I promise.
That's
my story.
You were like, well, what do I do?
Crap.
And you kept going for an hour.
No, that's right.
And then she ended it by saying, well, I really enjoyed this time. I sure do hope we get to talk again.
I'm laughing, but then people on the other end are going, that's not funny,
no,
Rhett.
it wasn't.
I just lost all respect for you.
So 2 days later, I think you called her back because in the weird thing, you really started caring for her and you started making these normal calls because
there's no way I called her back.
Oh, you called her back. Y'all had about 4 conversations.
No.
Yes.
Did I?
Oh, yeah.
How?
You just called her and you were Tommy.
Okay, we're going to edit all this stuff out. This is horrible. Some people are like, I'm not going to listen to another word you say in your entire life. But then I would just say, hey, if you want to go that route, okay, never quote scripture ever again. Yeah. You cannot quote the New Testament scripture of any letters that were written to the church from Paul, because remember, Paul persecuted the church. Paul signed off on stonings. Paul signed off, and we use these scriptures now, and we support it like, oh, this is God's word, and it is the inspiration of the Holy Spirit of a redeemed man.
That's right.
So now you're hearing a story and really looking at the recognition of going, wow, well, look at what God can do through a really messed up kid.
Isn't it interesting how Rhett's now doing what I did a while ago and he called me out? Now he understands why I set us up.
There you go. So
because there's stories I'm not going to go to because I don't think
how about the ones that we would call the girls?
Yes, I do remember those.
Are we going to keep that one off the books?
No, you can put it on the books. You know why? Because it was you and Bo.
Oh, that's true. We were so dumb.
Okay.
Oh, you sound cute on the phone. Oh, I am. You sound cute. Oh, let's meet up. And we never did. It was all just.
Here's what. Okay.
It's so dumb.
So let me just say a little bit of that story. Why it was funny? Because I was shy. No. And even though it was fun, even though it was over the phone with the girls,
buying the shyness of Justin Bradshaw.
I'm not usually, but then I was because it was these girls y'all were talking to, and I was like embarrassed, like I'm not going to say anything. And y'all were just being like the two studs, like, "Hey, girl."
Yeah, but again, hey, girl. talking like this.
In my head, I don't hear your voice so high. I just I thought y'all had great voices.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, probably in boy and girl kind of ways, just, who aren't surrendered, being a little forward in some speech, I'm sure.
I don't remember those.
Later,
I do not recall.
They invited you guys to a Christmas party. And here's all I remember.
How do you remember all of
it? Because I watched all of it, and I thought, wow, the way these calls started, and now you might go to their house. I don't know if you should, because
we didn't.
No, you didn't.
No.
But I remember we went to my grandmother's house.
But how stupid were we?
You and Bo and me were talking, and you were like, they could have dancing there. And we're in my grandmother's living room, and you and Bo begin to practice dancing.
Oh my gosh,
with each other.
No,
just so y'all could have something to bring to the table if you went there.
Wow, my mind just went there. How in the world?
Right in the living room, and then I said, "Are y'all sure that y'all want to go?" Because y'all were like, "How do we knock on the door?" And y'all were practicing.
We were practicing,
and I would be like, I would answer. I'm like, "Hello."
Oh my gosh.
And you're like, "Hey, I'm Rhett."
Wow, I've lost all respect for everybody. I mean, they've lost respect.
And then all of a sudden I was like, are you sure you want to go? Because you remember the first 30 minutes of that phone call, what was said?
No.
What if this is a trap?
Yes. And that's when it was like, oh, you could walk into their boyfriends being there.
Or the dad.
Doing all the.
Or the dad.
Or the dad. Yeah. And we were like, okay, to even begin to have that kind of mindset.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but the prank call could have backfired there. So it was like, you never went to the party, and they gave you their address and everything.
Yeah.
To go, and y'all never did.
Well,
good move.
Hey guys, Rhett here. Just want to take a moment and say thank you to every single one of you who have taken the time to follow us on social media. Now, if today is your first time to join us for an episode, man, we want to say welcome, friends. It's so good to have you with us. Could you take a moment, look us up on Instagram or Facebook? You can find us there at Armchair Authentic, or you can go on over to X, find us there as well at Armchair Auth Pod. That's Armchair Auth, AUTHPOD. All right. Now back to the conversation.
Hey, note to self, if you're listening and you hear something weird happening in the background, it is my son doing his chores before he goes to school, he does his chores. And some people might be wondering, wait, why is your son not in school? Why is he at the house? He's gone virtual. Which is amazing. He's done by he does 3 hours and he's done. Yeah. He's already 2 weeks ahead of his entire, he might be finished by December.
It's like, what do you do all day at school
of his senior year
with a student?
So he does his schoolwork, gets started at 8, finishes that, does his chores before he can either have game time or go hang out with a friend or go to work because he's working 3 jobs. Anyway, I say that because he's mopping the floor. And it sounds like I've got Cinderella in there working.
Oh, yeah.
I know what it sounds like. But as a responsible young man,
it's good to put him to work.
Yeah, so he's doing his chore. One of those is mopping the floor with this electric mop. So if you hear it in the background, that's what it is. Don't adjust your.
So channel. if you do think about the prank call days, though, those are gone because technology is so and it's just so locked in. You cannot hide, and it's kind of like knocking on doors and running off.
Yeah.
For certain ones of us, that was that wasn't just us. I hear so many people living in nostalgia, and they'll talk about, I used to do that.
Yeah.
It was a big
Ryan
deal.
Jennings sent us a video the other day of somebody actually doing this, and a kid got caught and opened the door, and he was like, I'm like, because he knocked on the door right when somebody was opening it up.
Oh, yeah. And it was the ring that caught him too.
Yeah. And
yeah.
And what did the kid say? He was like, the guy was like, what do you want?
It's the dad and son doing it.
My dad was telling me something about I need to learn how to live and have fun as a kid and, and knock on the door and run off. What do they call it? What was the name of that? What was the name of that? I don't remember.
What was it? It was
what do they call that? Ding dong ditch.
Ding dong ditch.
Yeah. So ding dong ditch, you basically ding dong on the doorbell and then run away. Somebody opens the door, nobody's there. Was somebody here? And as a kid, you thought that was so fun.
It was so fun.
But the kid got caught. And he didn't know what to do. And his dad is in the background like, what are you doing? Run away. Yeah. And his dad starts running away and the kid runs off. And it's like the dad was teaching his kid how to have fun and going ding dong ditch door to door. And so it was kind of like, that's what it's all about.
But it's a new day. It catches you. You just can't get away with it like you used to. I mean, those were fun things that were a part of our childhood. I guess when we grew up, we put away childish things.
We did. But, there was something fun about knocking on the door. And then for me, it wasn't so much about seeing how far I could run. It was seeing how close to the door I could hide.
Yes.
And then come out and not see me.
Yeah.
But the thrill of that was like,
it was exhilarating.
What's the dopamine hit on
when
that?
they're standing outside their porch, like,
what?
Who is that? And no matter their voice is, you realize your life is more in jeopardy. And it was such a
we would hide in the little bushes, like the landscaping bush.
Bro,
we were so small we could climb up into those.
But we'd rip some branches out of the back side of a
little hole.
Yeah. And we could climb into those bushes like little guys, just like chilling inside that bush. And you've got people walking around like, okay, where did they go? I know they couldn't have gotten far. And you're sitting there like, oh, help me.
All right, I want to tell a story. And while we're just kind of laying things out here, it was, all right, I went to Opryland, USA.
Oh, right.
And back in the day, Opryland was a amusement park in Nashville, Tennessee.
This could cost us.
If you've ever watched Nate Bargatze's from Nashville. He's talking about kind of reestablishing what Opryland was and creating like Nate Land and bring it around like a Universal Studio type thing, but about families and comedy. And anyway,
yeah.
So if you never heard Opryland, type it in Google, you'll find it. It's like the Six Flags, but it was in Tennessee. Anyway, so they had this Muppet.
You're heading down a dangerous path here.
You put the Muppet in your hand, and then the legs wrap around you, as if it's kind of holding on to you and hugging you. This Muppet had sunglasses and it had a hat, black and white hat.
Got a little stick in the other hand that can move the hands of it.
Just like Kermit, and I don't know, I came up with a voice, I don't remember what it was.
His name was Ralph.
I'm like, what's up, I'm Ralph, how you doing?
Like a Panama Jack, furry Wookiee.
It was a furry Wookiee Ewok looking thing.
Gray skin.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Gray fur, gray and white fur.
So I got really good at it, and I brought it home. Bought it at Opryland, brought it home, had it fun.
Cowboy hat.
And then we take it over to your house and get creative with it.
We did.
And how old would we have been on this?
9,
10.
We were very young. Yeah, I'm ashamed of this story. This is the past. Once again, use your Paul analogy.
Yeah, it's the
Killed
Paul
Christians.
analogy. But it's,
we got to go back to that one. This is not us now.
This is not us now. But I guess my point is the fact that the things that we were like in the world, if you will, as a 10-year-old who wasn't serving the Lord, there were gifts inside of us we didn't even know we had. And I think it's important to understand as parents or somebody that is, maybe you're a spiritual father or a spiritual mother of sorts over kids and you're looking, be very keenly aware of the things you see them doing because it is a gift. Now that gift needs to be served in the right direction. So we were doing it in the wrong direction. Now, of course, our dads, single fathers, right? Your dad, my dad worked jobs. They weren't there. We'd take ourselves to school, walk ourselves home. We'd be very creative with what we could do until our dads came home and we ate Burger King, right? So all of that to say, take it into context, we're kind of somewhat raising ourselves as kids. We're being creative. So our dads don't necessarily know we're doing this until a moment. Okay, so I'm going to set this up as best as I can, then pass it to you. And you can
a lot of grace.
Okay, so we're coming up with songs and stuff. We're like, hey, what's up, and all, puppet on me.
Yeah, it's more of a rap, but yeah.
So we were like, man, we need money. We're trying to figure out. I don't even know why we're thinking we need money.
Yeah, because we thought we were poor.
And I don't know whose idea it was. You will remember.
Well, since Bo's not here, let's say it's Bo.
Let's blame it on your brother. Okay, somebody's like, oh, I got an idea. Why don't we pretend to raise money for an organization, and instead of giving the money to the organization, why don't we pocket it and keep it?
And we'll have some money for candy.
And then we'll have money for candy. And so, was it Children's Hospital? What was it? Children's of it was something different.
It was
then.
Just it was people who've gone through some shortcomings.
Yeah,
some
and so
kids.
As a kid, we were thinking there's nothing good about this story outside of the fact that there were some creative young men who were trying to figure out ways to make money the wrong way. It's horrible. So as I'm even telling this, I'm like, why am I even saying this? Stay with me, okay? Stay engaged. So we're like, we'll go door to door. Yeah. And instead of asking for something for nothing, we need to create something that looks like we're legit. Right. And so I had this Muppet, as if that makes any sense, a 12, 11, and a 10-year-old. Yeah. We write a song.
Yeah.
And
let's say 11.
Let's make it younger.
9 and 8. It keeps us a little more less accountable. And I was 8-year-old, by the way, everybody.
So we,
You were the 9-year-old, but was the 11-year-old.
But you were the creative one. You and I were creative in writing the song. It's like we're the Ralph brothers. And
I did write it.
We're collecting. All right, hold on.
I did.
I wrote some stuff into it as well.
Yeah,
like we're collecting money for the kids who can't play.
Right.
So what were the words, Justin? We're the Ralph brothers, and we're here to say
we're collecting money for the kids who can't play.
Right.
So now we're here to collect your money now for those kids who need it now.
Right. And then
we're the three brothers who help
people in need,
such as medicine, food, and clothing too. So if you like our show, you'll give us a handful of dough.
How about that's horrible. Okay.
It's awful.
But then the Muppet would put out his hand.
Little Ralph would throw the hand out.
Right? Okay. And then what was the last line? That was it? Yeah, I think that was it.
No, there was, we're going to say, let's just say that's
okay. And you'll give us a handful
I
of
really
dough.
don't want to do the rest.
Okay, that's fine.
Lyrics.
All right, so
I'm ashamed.
Note to self: total. This is shame moment, living in the past, knowing what God can redeem. Okay, so here we are, kids who were creative,
and we did make things right. So
and we did.
Anyway,
There's the redemption to the story.
There it is.
But I was amazed. We did this once. Oh, and then they would give you $5.
Yeah, we did it several times.
And next thing we know, we've got like $25.
Yeah.
Now this was 1987, 8, somewhere in there.
Let's say 86 because I was 8. I'm wanting to keep that age in there.
It was 87, 88, somewhere there. So the $5 could
86.
buy you 2 value meals at like Burger King.
Oh, yeah.
So just do the math.
Totally.
$25 would have bought you a Nintendo game cartridge.
We were rolling
of sorts
in money in our minds.
Yeah. And so,
in easy money.
And by the way,
we were using our gifts.
We didn't spend this money. We were keeping this money. And I'll never forget, we got so confident, we just started walking up to total strangers because it was like people are giving us money left and right.
Yeah.
And I remember this guy, he was either taking the trash out or whatever. He's like, man, I'll give you money if you don't sing. Just, you know.
He did. He did. He handed us.
He said, man, I'll just give you money if you don't sing. I don't need to hear it, man. God bless, whatever.
Yeah, he was taking the garbage out.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And so we got this money and then you pass it to you, your dad.
Yeah, so we were in the apartment. We had the cash out because we had to divvy it between the three of us. And my dad came home from work and he said, where's this money come from?
Thank God that happened. Yeah.
I said, well, we
well, I just like the way you said that.
Well,
I mean,
we just we some people gave it to us. Well, why would they give it to you? We sang a song that or rap that we created.
Yeah.
Oh, really? And they gave you money. What was it about?
Yeah.
It was about helping the people who were less fortunate.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, "You're gonna take that money right now." And you're going to walk across the street to Costa's Barbecue because they had a children's hospital bank where you can put cash in.
Yeah.
And you're going to go put that in right now.
Was I there during this conversation?
I feel like you were.
I felt like I had learned.
Unless I called you and said, hey, Rhett, we got to go take the money.
I feel like, I don't remember. My memory is fake.
But I thought we were all together because.
We could have been.
Yeah, because if you left us with the money.
Now, everybody following this story up to this point was like, thank God they had some good parents in their life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so there was integrity and character. Yeah. He was not going to let that happen. And of course, as we did it, we put it in there and we were like, yeah, this is clearly.
But we were like, what if we give like 10, 20%? We didn't use percentages, but like if it's $25, what if we gave like $15 and we kept the rest so we could eat? Because we did, I think we were trying to negotiate even as a kid.
It was a hard no.
Yeah, it was like, no.
No.
Go put it up.
Yeah.
But I remember going down.
If you want food, I'll take you somewhere.
We walked across the street and we went and did it. I don't think your dad was there. He just trusted us.
Like we literally walked to Costa's and we did it.
And we put it right in the little piggy bank.
Folded it up. Boom, $25, $30.
Yeah.
Threw it in there and was like, okay.
And the moral of the story is
go for it. Tell us that moral.
No, okay.
Don't do that.
So the moral, number one, don't do that. Never. I mean, that's
ill-gotten gain.
That is a punishable offense by law. I guarantee you. I don't even know what the law is, but you're going to go to jail if you do that.
Let's remember that.
Yeah. I guess what I'm trying to say is that we were creative. We wrote a song. We had initiative and we had discipline and we weren't afraid to go do some things, even though it was stupid.
It was a foreshadowing of when our life was surrendered to Christ, of what we would actually be doing.
Exactly. And think about it now. We've wrote songs. We've been creative. We put ourselves out there. And now, with church planting and pastoring and with worshiping, with giving and generosity, now it's all going to the kingdom of God.
That's right.
Which is amazing.
He redeemed it. Thank the Lord.
So I guess all that to say, it is funny looking back. It's not funny and ha, 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 that's a great thing to do. It's funny because it's stupid that the fact that, wow, Rhett and Justin, that was where they came from. They did these stupid things, but yet God redeemed it.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm just trying to say it's funny to reminisce because it is authentic. This is a part of our story that we've really never shared with that many people. Now the world knows if we decide to put this out.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I think we should. I think it's fun.
But once again, you take it back to what we had experienced as
100%.
kids, parents, the lack of, like, thank the Lord we had great dads.
Yeah.
We lacked moms in our life.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff that we didn't realize then was going against us because we didn't give the power, and this is for a later podcast, but we didn't give the full power to that part of our life of what was lacking, probably because I didn't want to admit that it affected me.
But it did.
And I never admitted that it affected me. Oh, I was locked into like, we're good. But man, all that I know is the past, however many years that would be since then.
Yeah.
I would have buried that I could have buried it 2 decades. The stuff that was that was affecting us, not even realizing it.
Yeah.
And even in 40s now, I'm still peeling an onion, realizing, wow, that goes way back. So that's going to be a future.
Yeah. And I'll tag this to this. To me, looking back, what I remember most about that story that I enjoyed, that fed me, wasn't so much the money part of us going and doing that. Like, to me, that was really never the driving point of this story. It was more the camaraderie, the community, the creativity, the willingness to do something together, come up with something pretty creative and do it and get affirmation from it.
Yeah.
And so wrong way to do it for sure.
Yeah. But even steered in that way, we used a gift. And if we could have tapped into that moment and said, you know what, we just raised in like an hour, $30 for Children's Hospital,
which would then take a couple of hours because minimum wage was like $3.25, maybe.
But if our mind would have known to take it in that way or guided it in that way, it's like, well, don't stop.
Exactly.
Let's keep this going actually for the real cause that got us going in the first place.
Right. And so, absolutely. So that to say, what a gift set we had, gift set was under, the wrong kingdom, not serving the Lord, serving ourselves. Right. But looking back now as a parent, I would look at that and go, hey man, look at the creativity. Wow. Look at the gift set. Way to go. Wrong way to do it.
Yeah.
But
no shame.
No shame, no guilt, but like, let me help you, direct you towards how this gift is actually designed for good and for the kingdom of God so that the fulfillment comes. And so really, if you think about it, ultimately big picture, this is what God is wanting to do with us.
Yeah.
If you're not serving him, you might be wondering why I'm designed this way, why I do these things. Well, there's a gift inside of you. It's just misguided and misdirected right now in this moment. And his whole plan is to get you connected relationally with him so you can get connected to the true purpose for that gift that brings ultimate fulfillment when it's done under his care, under his guidance, and for his kingdom. And it's beautiful. And that's the story.
Yeah.
That's the story of redemption for us through the stupidity, but yet the creativity in the stupidity, but yet redeemed now. And look at what we're doing.
He's gifted us to do things. He's gifted everyone listening. And he redeems it.
He does.
And it's an amazing story. Even if you have to jump back in the discomfort of that story, Armchair Authentic, thank God for what he's done. Take the entertainment value of it too. I hope you enjoyed the story. It was a lot of fun getting to retell some of it.
God bless everybody. Love y'all.
Have a great week.
Hey friends, thank you so much for joining us on today's conversation. We cannot wait until our next episode that drops next Monday. So until then, we hope you have a great day, stay safe, and we will see you soon right here with your friends, Rhett and Justin at Armchair Authentic.